Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. I do encourage you to turn on your cameras. You already know this is the wonderful FaceTime call with your program besties. I do have some news. Today it will be just me. Miss Rika is not feeling great today, but welcome to our Trending Topic Friday. Today is going to be a very special one. I hope you can hear me now. Let's see. Let's see, my friends. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you for confirming that you can hear me today. Alrighty. So today we have a very special guest on, Miss Jean. You can turn on your cam to show us your beautiful face, and I will definitely present you in a couple seconds. But if you are new to our lovely live today, that is Miss Rika from Germany. She is not here today, but in spirit she is. We love her so much. I am Val. Everyone knows me as the au pair engagement coordinator. I do help and support au pairs during their to be matched process. So if you've gone already through your application, gone to talk with an interviewer like Miss Rika, this is the time where you find your host family. And fun fact, I used to be a former placement coordinator. I live here in the US. I work for the Stanford office for Au Pair in America, and I am from Ecuador. So lovely, lovely from South America, my friends. And without further ado, I'd love to present to you our lovely queen today, Miss Jean. You have a familiar face in here, which next to her is Miss Fiwa. Miss Jean, would you like to introduce yourself, please? Welcome.
Absolutely. Thank you, Val. So I'm Jean Feore. I am the regional program manager for one of the regions here in the US. There are 6 regional program managers and we all work pretty closely together. Fun fact, I was also a counselor for 18 years prior to coming into the head office to do this work that I love.
Wow. 18 years.
18 years. And now I'm coming up on 6 here in the office.
Oh,
So there's a lot of longevity here. There is a lot of longevity with the counselors and with the office staff, people who've been here a long time doing this work. So the topic today is rematch,
yep.
but the
I will definitely give
mess.
you that. Give me one
Oh,
second.
you're not ready for that yet. Okay.
Not
All
ready
right.
yet.
All right. I'll hold my horses.
Miss Rika would totally say, hold your horses, but
Hold your
no
horses.
worries, because it is
I'm sitting.
it's a definitely exciting topic. But yes, you are a fashionista, as you can see your beautiful dress and your outfit there. Love it, love it. And today, Trending Topic Friday, for those who are new, and welcome. Trending Topic Friday, each Friday we have a different topic we talk about, something that you are looking for, whether it's location is not our only motivation, bring special guests so you can know who is behind the scenes. And also, we have time for your questions and answers, my friend. And stay tuned until the end because you can be a lucky winner for our lucky raffle. So, with that being said, introducing the lovely topic today, it is Let's Chat, Know Your Resources. And we did tease a little bit about what we're going to talk about. And you know, our star guest today is Jean Fiore. And so, with that being said, we can definitely start. And we're going to uh, give you a little bit more in depth of what regional program managers are. And we have a star regional program manager with us today. So if you have any questions, we do have time for that. Write it down. And we hope that you enjoy this lovely call. So, with that being said, Ms. Jean, please tell us about your position and what we're going to talk about today.
Sorry for jumping the gun, Val.
No worries. I'm excited too.
uh, so, um, what really we want you to take away from this, we're not going to get in depth and in detail about the rematch process itself. What we want you to know is that there there is support here for you. No matter what happens, no matter what's going on, we are here to support you. We take this responsibility very seriously. We want you to know that. Sometimes, if you don't know who to talk to, or you don't know what to ask, you may feel like you're not getting the support you need. Sometimes the answers aren't what you want to hear, but we are here for you. Um, and we work together as a team. So you have a community counselor in your area. Your cluster area is managed by a community counselor. That community counselor is then managed by the regional program manager. That's me. Um, and we have lots of conversations about all kinds of situations that arise. Doesn't have to mean you're going into rematch. It may be about managing a difficult situation or a challenging situation. Um, so what I really want you to take away from this morning, this afternoon, wherever you are,
Mm.
is that there are people here who care about you and want the best for you. And we're not looking for reasons to send you home for, something you did. We are looking for ways to support you and work through challenges. Um, so we want to take this sort of the mystery out of possibly going into rematch. Um, want you to know that it doesn't have to be a bad thing.
Mhm.
Sometimes we're holding on to something really tightly because we're worried about the outcome. And when you finally discuss what's going on, you can work through it. Your counselor can be very instrumental in helping you work through issues. Sometimes you may just want to talk to your counselor one on one and not involve your host parents and get advice from your counselor. That's okay. Um, Sometimes the counselor might suggest all of you talking together. That's okay too. And when you've tried all of those things, um, you've given the match 30 days, you've really tried to make it work by settling in, um, you might ask for a rematch, or your host family might ask for a rematch. And we're there to help and support you through that. Um, I don't want to talk too much in detail about why it might happen, um, but
Yeah.
that it might happen.
Yeah.
And I want to leave plenty of time for questions too. Um, but I want you to know that sometimes the match break happens to make room for something better, right?
I
Maybe.
love that. I love that. I love that because it's so true. And here we have like a pyramid that the up here is the center. And so this is your love triangle pretty much of all the people that will help you during your time that you are here in the US. So your community counselor, your regional program manager, and your host family. So those are definitely your points of contact, your mentors, your people that will be here as your support group to help you during your time in the US. And I know Ms. Jean did talk about adjusting your time here in the US, giving yourself that time to get used to the US. Communication is definitely key. Talk to your community counselor, talk to the host family, your other au pair friends, and you also know this resource as regional program managers. You can also speak to them too. We always say, and it's my favorite quote, when in doubt, please reach out because it's so important for you to understand that you're not alone once you're on this side. And that is definitely what we want to share here. And that stereotype of just thinking the word rematch does not always mean bad. So that please take that away from this call. That rematch does not always mean it is a negative matter or it is the horrible scenario. No, sometimes it is definitely a blessing. You don't even know, but it is totally okay. And with that being said, I do also want to give time for you all to get some questions and answers in here. But before we do that, Jane, do you have a big tip for us about like the au pair experience during their time here before they do decide to do a rematch?
I would say trust yourself and make your own form your own opinions about your community counselor, about your area. There's a lot of chatter on social media,
Mhm.
and that can be very beneficial, and it can make you feel like you're part of this larger community of people who've experienced the same things as you. But remember, their experience isn't going to be the same as yours is going to be. And you might connect with somebody they didn't like. It could be
Mhm.
somebody warning you about a host family or about a community counselor. And I will say that I heard, and counselors that I manage here often, thank you for being so nice. Thank you for being so supportive. I've heard other things. So I would say trust the process, trust the counselor. We cannot fix what we don't know about. Don't listen to the naysayers who say, don't tell your counselor, she's not going to help you. Your counselor will help you. And if your counselor doesn't help you, there's a regional program manager who
Mhm.
will. But trust your counselor. Give your counselor a chance to show you who they are and the experience they have. We have counselors who've been doing this for 30 years, and 20 years and 15 years. That's a lot of experience.
That's a
Trust
lot of
that.
experience. And
That's
love.
what I would say. Yeah.
Thank you so much. That is amazing because they definitely do need to make own your own judgment, your own bond, your own relationship with your community counselor because I have definitely heard it as well. We always know we take our best friend's advice before we make our own advice. So definitely I say 100% agree with you, Miss Jean. And here is our time to shine, my friends. This is the Mentimeter. You can use your QR camera to join, but if that is not working for you, I can also send you the Mentimeter link in the group chat so you can send the questions that you have and we can read it online. So let's see.
Yeah, I'm sure you have lots of questions. Please ask away.
Yes, I'm ready for it too. Let's see. Can you see the Mentimeter questions or
Hmm.
not yet?
I don't see any questions yet.
Do you see where it says Q&A, ask away? Perfect. Any questions, friends? This is the time to shine. We don't have a lot of shy
Daniel has a
people.
question.
Um,
Daniel Simeon
Daniel,
has a question,
Can you hear
raising
me?
his hand.
Good
yes.
morning.
Good
Good morning.
morning.
Hi. I have, well, a concern about the rematch, especially because uh, since I'm not a female, and I think it might, or I have this thought that it might be harder for me to like get a rematch. And as far as I know, there is like a timeline or a time frame to get a rematch, or I'm out of the program, right? So, is this like something I should be concerned? Or everybody, or there there has not been like a history or a record where a male au pair doesn't get a rematch, or it's harder for them to get a rematch. If anything happens, I mean, I'm not saying that
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be in that situation. I hope not,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but I'm kind of concerned about that.
Okay. And that's a fair concern, Daniel. I
Mhm.
understand that. Our families are not as accustomed to male au pairs. Other agencies have had male au pairs for a while. It's a little newer to our families, but they are getting used to it. And there are families, particularly, let's be honest, families with boys, right, active boys who would like a male au pair. Um, is it going to be more challenging? A lot of my answers are it depends, right? maybe, but we're going to try just as hard to match you as we're going to try to match a female au pair. Sometimes it's just about, it's like anything else, right? Debunking the myths, going to a single parent, going to same gender parents, um, going to a rural area versus an urban area. It's all of the things that we think. Maybe we don't want to go to a single mom. So it's, breaking down those barriers and making the introduction is sometimes all we need. Um, we want you to work on, you know, keeping your match strong and good and alive. But if the match breaks, we're going to do everything we can to help you find a new family. We want to keep our au pairs here. Right. You're a very, very valuable part of our program. Without you, there is no program. We could have, 100,000 families, but if we don't have any au pairs, it doesn't help. So we're going to do what we can to help you match. It's not a hard and fast rule, the 2 weeks, right? The 2 weeks is a guide. When the match breaks, the au pair is promising the family that they will not walk out on them in under 2 weeks. And the family is promising that they're not going to kick the au pair out in 2 weeks. So we we stand by that in terms of if we don't have anywhere else to go or anything else to do. But sometimes the family hasn't found an au pair and the au pair hasn't found a family, and we can extend that matching period by a week, maybe by then another week. So we will work with you and we will work with the family. It's not endless. We do have to call it at some point if you don't have another family. That's true for female au pairs as well. Um, I don't know. I hope that answered your question and helped a little.
Oh yeah, thank you. But I'm not sure if you can say this, but has there been like history that it didn't happen at all? Like it ended for okay for male and women where they didn't find a family. Of course, I know it's gonna be hard, but I still have this feel
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
it might like I might not get anything. So I was wondering if in the history of recent au pairs that they went and
Oh,
uh,
you mean you might not get your first family or you might not get a
yeah,
rematch
a
family, isn't it?
rematch.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
yes,
It
because
it
it's
does happen. It
Yes.
does happen, but I don't know if it happens more for men than women, honestly.
okay, but it has happened,
It
right?
has happened,
Hmm.
yes.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you, Daniel. That was a great question. I do have a
great
couple
question.
more here also in our Mentimeter. It says, what is the maximum amount of times an au pair can go into rematch?
Well, again, most of these rules are not hard and fast, but so we say you can have a second chance. We all know that au pairs have had more than two families. Um, and again, it depends. Why are you in rematch? Um, if I see a child care concern in the first match, let's say an au pair is with younger children and uh, there's a child care concern, maybe a child was left alone, a 2-year-old was left alone downstairs. Well, I'm not going to tell you you have to go. Depends on the circumstances, but
Yeah.
I'm I'm probably not going to say you have to go home, but I might say I'm going to match you with children over the age of 5 or 6. Now, let's say we match you again with children over 5 or 6, and there's another child care concern or safety concern. I might say, I can't rematch you again because now we've got two
Mhm.
child care concerns with two different age groups. So again, it does depend on the situation. Sometimes an au pair hits a run of bad luck. A family runs into financial issues and has to drop the program, so we rematch you. And we rematch you, and that family ends up having to move out of the country. So an au pair can hit bad luck.
Mhm.
Or maybe the family is breaking regulations, but they're new to us, so we didn't know that until you went there. We're going to give that au pair, of course, another chance.
Wow. I'm like, I'm learning as well as I go. I love these when we have a special guest because we're all learning. And that I think ties down with, can an au pair decide to rematch or only host families can?
Either, of course.
Either or.
Yes, absolutely. Either au pair or host family. And we want to know the real reasons. We know you might be intimidated to talk to your host families, but we want to know the real reasons. Um,
Mhm.
we don't know what's going on in the home unless you tell us.
Yes, that's so funny. I have one. It says, "This is off topic, but how long does it take to match with a family? I've been waiting for a week now." Oh my gosh, that is so funny. Thank you, friend, for that question. I would definitely invite you to come to our Matching Madness on Tuesdays, but it is an undetermined number of time of when you will match. You definitely have to interview, you have to find that connection with the family and agree to going. I'd love to explain more to you for sure. Thank you for your question. I have another one and it says, may you please talk about some specific cases of pairs who needed a rematch and why? What's the reason? Ooh, Jean can stay here for hours and days if she starts talking about
I
that.
mean, do you want me to answer that sort of
Ooh, I mean, I'm
in
happy
a
for.
above level kind of thing? I don't want to
Yeah.
get, first of all, I really want you to come away with the idea that you have support, and I don't
Mhm.
want to bring down like by talking about a lot of negative things. But
Mhm.
common, should I give the common match break?
Yeah, I
Okay.
definitely agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So driving is a big one here.
Yeah.
In most of our communities here in the US require driving. Um, Now, we've got Chicago, New York City, Washington, D.C. We've got urban centers that don't require driving, that have good subway systems and walking. But by and large, most of our families, heavily most of our families, need drivers, and we expect strong driving.
Hmm.
Um, so this will often be a reason for a match break. An au pair says they drive at home, but it's not up to the standards of the host families. Another one is this can be hard because sometimes, so we talk, right? The
Hmm.
United States, we are a country of talkers. We say what's on our mind for the most part. Sometimes we're obnoxiously direct, and we want our au pairs to talk to us. And we want our au pairs to tell us the truth. And that can be intimidating. You're new, you've just arrived from another country. Most likely English isn't your first language. I'm sure there are some native English speakers here today, but you're coming into a community and a culture that's new to you. You're sitting in a family's living room, and now we say, poof, you are now a member of this family, and you should talk to them like they're your family. And of course, we know that's hard. Um, but what families really want is for you to be honest about things. It's not that we don't think you're liars, but you might be embarrassed and you might say, "Oh, I didn't know," or "Oh, I didn't break that," or "Oh," you just get caught in a moment of like, "Oh,"
Hmm.
and you might say something in that moment that you didn't really mean to say. So I would say families here really expect you to say what you think and feel politely, um, but really start to develop that talking early on. And I know that can be hard for some of our au pairs who may be on the quieter side or a little more reserved. Um, so that sometimes that can be a reason a match breaks. They just haven't found a comfort with each other. Um, And then,
Agree.
a whole host of other reasons,
Oh yeah, I always like
childcare
to say,
concerns.
yeah, I always say it is how you mentioned too, it is a case by case basis because it can be any scenario. Any scenario, and they all vary like from the smallest to the biggest, but it does happen. And so I love that you mentioned about the driving because we always do encourage our lovely au pairs that if they plan on driving, please be honest and set yourself up for success because when host families are looking for a driver, they truthfully are looking for a strong driver because sometimes in our home country, the way we drive there is not the same how it is in the US, and you can probably even feel more scared. And so that does play a big factor when they really mean just take it literal. Like if they mean to be a strong driver, that's what they're going to need here in the US. And that has been, I've even heard as well that match breaks for that too. Even
That's
swimming.
that's in swimming. Don't
Swimming.
don't don't say you're an intermediate or advanced swimmer if you're not.
Mhm.
I did just have a match break over that. Um, the thing about oh, I was going to say about the driving. Oh, it can be intimidating when you're in another country driving and the
Mhm.
signs are different and the rules are different. And sometimes our families forget that, right? I mean, I know when I've traveled and I've driven in France or Italy, that was that was scary driving. And I've been driving for I don't want to tell you how many years.
I love
I've logged lots of miles.
lots of miles around the world. I love
Yeah,
it. I
exactly.
love it. Oh my
So
gosh, that's so funny.
that can be intimidating, I know. And we sometimes have to remind our host families.
Oh yeah, I love it because it's not just tackling the au pairs or tackling the host family. It's like the I love that you're saying that you communicate with the host families, with the au pairs, because we don't just want the au pairs to feel like, oh, rematch is just my fault or rematch is just the reason. Like, no. Everyone here is communication is key. We tell you from the beginning of the process until the end and throughout.
Yeah.
Communication is key. Always be transparent, always be honest with your host families. It's so important and crucial for you to even have a wonderful experience. Let me see. I think,
One reason an au pair might ask for a rematch, um, is let's say there are 3 or 4 kids in this host family, and they really need a lot of more household related help, right? The au pair might not be so happy with that. And the au pair may request rematch and say, I wanted to do more actual child care. And this family needs, it's all child related, right? It's all the child's dishes, the child's laundry, the child's lunches, but it may just be too much of that. And it may not match with what the au pair really wants for their year here. And the au pair
Mhm.
might request rematch that way. Or maybe you don't like the way host dad talks to you, or, you know, things.
Yeah.
Those are some of the reasons why an au pair might request rematch.
Yeah. I love that. You even gave more examples too, because that's one of the questions that it was.
Oh,
And it's so true too. Um, it can be, oh, the cultural shock too. We do have
yeah, I
the,
always have that on my list.
yes, please go into that.
Well, I would just say wait, give yourself time. I've had au pairs say, it's not homesickness. It's not homesickness. I just don't want to do this. I want to go home and it's not homesickness. Give yourself time to get past that. And the other thing is if you are requesting rematch or your host family is requesting rematch, this is getting ahead of ourselves because you're not here yet. And for all of you, I hope you never end up in rematch, but please honor the rematch protocols, which is to give it time to adjust to the family and then to actually honor the 2 week rematch period. Don't pack your bags and walk out. Yes, we know it's uncomfortable. It's a little uncomfortable if you said, I don't really want to be here in this family. Um, if something very bad is happening in that house, we will support you and get you out. But for the most part, please honor the rematch protocols and don't pack your bags and walk out. It's much harder for us to support you after you've kind of burned that bridge behind you
Mhm.
and walked out the door. So give us time and give us the right communication to support you. Did you want me to tell my story and the cultural on
Yes,
that?
please. I was just gonna say, I'm like ready for that, and I'm ready for our lovely au pair friends to hear it too, because I loved it. Loved it,
Okay.
loved it.
This is a story from when I was a community counselor, and it's many years ago. It's probably 20 years ago, maybe longer, probably longer ago. And I did my check-in. You get a 48-hour call check-in from your counselor, and I did my check-in. and everybody was okay. And the very next day, so that's like day two, right, of the au pair being in the family house. So the very next day, I got a call from the host family that said, she won't stop crying. She just won't stop crying. So I called the au pair and she's was crying, and through her tears and her sobs, she said, I'm going home tomorrow. I'm getting my ticket and I'm going home tomorrow. And I said, don't do anything. I'm coming over. And we all sat and talked, and she sobbed, and I held her and hugged her. And I told her it was going to be okay, whatever she decided. But don't do it yet. I said, just don't do it yet. You came all this way. This au pair was from Thailand. Um, and I said, don't do it yet. I'm going to call you again. I think this was Wednesday or something. I said, I'm going to call you again in 2 days. I'm going to check in on you and see how you're doing. And I'm going to call you again 2 days after that. Give yourself the chance to succeed at this. You came over here. You took a leap of faith. You invested yourself in this. Don't give up on it yet. You can always go home. I can't stop you from going home. You can always go home, but you're not going to be able to come back. So give yourself a chance to succeed. She was crying. She said she had to keep her drapes, her curtains closed because she was seeing wild animals outside her window. And here where I live and where she was, where her house was kind of in the woods, like in the forest. And I was wondering what animals she was seeing. And I don't know, does everybody know what a squirrel is? So I thought she was seeing like, maybe we have coyotes here, which is kind of like a wolf, and we have big deer. And I thought, wonder what she's seeing outside in her yard. And it turns out it was the squirrels. She was seeing the squirrels, and she was freaked out by the squirrels, and she was crying about the squirrels. So I said, don't go yet. Just give yourself some time. And I called her again in 2 days. She was, not great. I called her again 2 days later and she was doing better. And then I was talking to the host family and they said, she's great. She's great. We love her. We hope she never leaves. And I called her and she was great. And she started coming to my cluster meetings and we talked all the time. And she ended up completing the year and she ended up extending for a year. And then she ended up staying, this, beyond her year. Um, and I ran into her many times in my community here in town, and we would always laugh about the squirrels and the fact that she almost went home. She almost didn't have this beautiful experience, and she just needed to give it time.
I love that story. I
I
love
know
that
it
story
makes
because I'm
me
like,
it still makes me choked up because she would have missed out on all of that. And she ended up being my go-to au pair when I had homesick au pairs in my cluster. I would call Offie and say, can you call Maria and tell her what you had happen?
God, I love that because it literally is the best thing. I love that story. I'm like, June, you're amazing. You're amazing. I'm like, I could just picture it how you went there, you gave her a hug, and she was just like, all you want to do is just like make them feel safe and just understanding. And I'm so happy that you pursued that and that the au pair totally decided to stay. And that means you guys also give yourself that fair chance when you're here. I know sometimes it's literally out of your comfort zone. You guys are literally amazing, courageous, brave for doing this amazing program. It's going to help you grow. It's going to have the most amazing, impactful days of your life because it's going to be so helpful for you to even grow, know what you like, know what you're exploring. And I mean, a moral of the story, don't be scared of squirrels. They're so cute. They're the cutest little things ever. So, I mean, anything you do need, talk to your community counselor because they're lovely and amazing, but give yourself that time and yourself to talk to them and build that relationship. I mean, Jean, I wish you were my community counselor. You're amazing. I mean, I guess you're my friend, so that makes it even better. But yeah, I love that story and I hope it did help all you guys understand that it's all different scenarios and literally give yourself that fair chance because you will definitely even succeed and you don't even know what you'll miss out on. I think the
Listen,
best thing that you said too is for you to understand not to pack your stuff because you can't come back after.
yes, yes. Listen, some of you are going to arrive and it's going to be like that.
A
It
year
will
goes by
happen.
so fast.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, but I meant like you'll click right away. Some of you will
Mhm.
arrive to your host family and it will just click for you. Um, but that's not everybody's experience, and everybody shouldn't
Mhm.
expect that. Daniel, did you have another question?
Yes, I was wondering if in this rematch process, I know that, okay, so the things we can do uh, to avoid the rematch process is communication, trying to understand the family, and of course, not rushing, and also driving and swimming, as you mentioned, right? But when we are in this rematch process and to avoid the worst of not getting a new family, if there are just something else we can do, or we are just in the fate of luck to find a new family.
Well,
That's a
first of
great
all,
question.
Daniel, you are overly focused on your match not working out.
I'm just
I
a
want you to
mind that
put
goes
I want
to
you to
all
put
the
all
worst
the I
scenario.
want you to put all your positive energy into this. Do you have a family already? Or you're in the matching process?
No, I'm in the matching process, and
Okay.
I didn't get a I'm not getting a family, and I feel like this is a long time of not getting any matches. So
Okay.
I feel like since I'm a mellow pair and I'm not getting
Okay.
a match like some other people that I
Yeah.
heard, so it might
Interesting.
be very difficult. So I'm like trying to put
Right.
myself in
You're
the worst case scenario.
anticipating. Right,
Yes,
right, right, right,
anticipating and try to
right,
prepare for
right,
the worst case scenario. Yeah.
right. So, what do you mean by is there something else you can do?
Like in this like in this matching process, for example, before I got my profile accepted, they said to me the things that I could do to improve my profile, things that I can change, things that I can
Oh, oh, oh,
like
oh.
to get more families. I mean, I
Mm,
did those things, and I'm trying to do like other stuff, but there are not much else I can do because, for example, in the matching process, the family is the one that has to contact me. So
mhm.
I'm just like sitting and waiting. In the case of the rematch process, I guess is gonna be the same, or is there something
So I
different?
think it's the same. Do you get a notice that a family is interested in you and then you can see a little bit about them? Is that how that's working?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yes.
it's this, so Daniel, it is the same during the rematch process. There may be a lot of families who look at your profile but don't click interview, and you can't see those. Um, you'll see the ones that click interview.
The interest.
Interest. So, but you should be in touch with your counselor throughout the rematch process, and you can ask the counselor to look, and the counselor can ask me to look. And sometimes we can help a little bit, like sometimes I can go in there and click interview or interest so that you're like highlighted in front of them and not just sitting in their proposals. So we can help with that. We do something called spotlighting, um,
Mhm.
where we say, "Hey, everybody," we send it out to the counselors. "Hey, everybody," we don't send it to families. Do you have a family that's looking for somebody? Because Daniel's sitting over here and he's ready and raring to go with great English and good attitude. Um, you know, you want somebody to play soccer with your kids or whatever, so we will do that. Like I said, we are very motivated to keep you here. there are some things there are some things that you could do that would get you sent home, but there there are very few things, right? They're the
Yeah.
bad things,
They're the
Yeah,
right?
the
best.
bad things.
They're the bad
Hmm.
things.
But I'm
um
sure, Daniel, you're gonna
mm,
find the family and you're not gonna even rematch. But I
I
yeah,
hope
love
I
that
so. I
you're
think
hope so.
overly
so.
prepared
I think
because
so.
you're well organized, you're well prepared. You're on my list today to reach out to on your profile because I remember we spoke last time too. But yeah, it is
Okay,
definitely.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Olwam
I'm
has
sorry
a
if I
question.
overstepped to
N-
asking the same question, but
You
I'm
Oh
you
just
did
no.
not
excited of the
overstep.
program and like I'm trying
You
to
didn't.
know as much as
Not
possible.
not at all. Not at all.
I,
I just don't want you so worried.
Okay. Thank you.
you'll do
Thank you.
great.
Olwam has a question.
Oh, hey friend.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Doing great. Happy Friday.
Thank
Eh,
you. Happy Friday to you too.
I'm on call this weekend, so I shouldn't be like celebrating. Oh, that's another thing you all should know. There is an emergency line 24/7. So even after hours, if something is scary is going on for you, you can call and you'll get one of me. You'll either get me or one of the other regional program managers.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you'll
Resources.
get that. Resources. I know. I was like, we should give them the number, but they're gonna be calling you and they
No, no,
haven't
no,
yet.
not
So
till you're
no,
here.
you'll get it after. You'll get it after.
Yeah, for sure.
What's your question, my
Um,
friend?
okay, I don't have a question. I wanted to see the opportunity. I've been in the matching process since February. I haven't
Oh,
matched with any family. So I'm seizing the opportunity on the spotlight. Can my account be spotlighted also?
Of course.
oh, I
Absolutely.
see what you
Yep.
mean. Let's
Yep.
see.
Absolutely. Well, the spotlight different is from regional program manager to regular
Okay.
to be matched. So
Oh,
definitely work separately with one of the fairy godmothers to help you. Fairy godmothers are the placement coordinators who find the host
okay.
families. So absolutely, Olwam, I will take your note, your name, and then contact you after.
I'm just looking
Okay.
at your profile, you're
Mhm.
Thank you.
21.
No
Is there
problem.
anything anybody's ever mentioned to you about why they didn't invite you to match, or have you turned down invitations to match?
No, I haven't turned down. I only got two families who were interested. I did
Hmm.
have interviews with them, but both of them decided to go with other au pairs.
Yeah, you have a lot of hours of experience.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, Val, you're in good hands.
Mhm.
The placement team will help you.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
definitely. I love highlighting exactly also because that's the thing. We always say we wish we were matchmakers and can make the host families reach out to you because we know, but unfortunately they're the only ones who can click that interview and kind of make that start. But there's always that push from the spotlight that makes you just stand out for the host families like, okay, I haven't seen this one or I have. Because even though you haven't been reached out, your profile is being seen from multiple host families, like 24/7. They're searching for sure.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, for sure. Let me see. You've got yeah.
Yeah, I might have a
Oh, yeah. You've had almost 100 families view your profile.
thank you. Oh, thank you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
That gives me a little
Good
bit of
luck.
hope.
Good luck, Olwam.
Thank, thank you.
Yeah, Jean just gave you the best blessing. So yes, we will definitely help you for sure.
Thank you very much. Thank you a lot.
Sending it.
You're welcome. Nasifo, how are you, friend?
You have to unmute yourself, hon. There you
I'm
go.
good. How are you?
Good. How are you? Happy Friday. Thank you for
Happy
being here.
Friday from the side from South Africa.
Ooh, I love it.
Thank you. So I've been in the to be matched process for 2 months now. And my question is, since you said the last time, if I'm not mistaken, last week, Tuesday, about the dates we need to change it because now it's July. Should I
Mhm.
change it to August or
Further?
September
Yes.
or
Definitely.
um
I can reach out to you about that. So we can
uh
extend it because if you have July as your last date, then it will
yes,
we call it TXP. It'll expire, but we want to make sure that if you still have time available, like in your like outside of the program and you still want to
yes.
continue, we can definitely extend the time frame for you to still be visible.
Okay. And I wanted to ask about the swimming part because I know you guys said it's swimming and driving, it's most important. So the swimming part, if you said you are a beginner, is it where does it place me?
if you're a beginner, say you're a beginner,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
Some host families have swimming pools in their
Mm-hmm.
backyard, and they're going to be upset if, you can't go in the water or you just go in up to your knees or something. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so just say you're a beginner, and it won't be the most critical piece for every family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
families are flexible. And I want to clarify, like, if you are a beginner, it's okay. As long
Right.
as you're
Yeah.
transparent and you're clear and honest with the host family, letting them know, I am a beginner swimmer, because they can work with you on it. They can, even if they would like, they'll probably put you in a course or something, or recommend you to
Mm-hmm.
please continue practicing. But it's not a make or break it. So, because all host
Right.
families have different needs. So just
Yeah.
think about it that way. It's not like, oh my God, I'm a beginner, I won't find a family. No, you will for
Mm-hmm.
sure. One that finds and connects with you. But we just don't want you to say, oh my God, I could be in the Olympics in the swimmer division. And then you go and you can barely even go in because you're like afraid of the water or can't swim. So for your safety and the host children's safety, we just want you to be clear with the family.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hmm.
And also, the previous family that I had interviewed with, I think they ghosted me because I've never like received anything after the interview, after speaking with the current RUP. So after that meeting was just no response, nothing. So
How long
I
ago was
don't
that?
know. I think last month,
Oh,
beginning of June, beginning of June or end of May, I think so.
So you spoke to the family and to their au pair?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
hmm. I wonder if they matched, or didn't get your message, or you probably expired. It could be multiple reasons. If you do want me to check in on that, can you send me their email and ID and I can take a look, see what could have been the cause of the ghosting.
Okay, because I don't see their profile now on
Oh,
my
she
on my
doesn't see them
profile.
Oh
anymore.
yeah, their
Do you
okay.
So they
remember their
disappeared.
name? You can send, if you remember anything about them, you can send Val an email.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
and I could
Okay.
take a look.
All right. I will.
Alrighty, my
Thank you
friend.
so much.
Thank you for that. Our friend Gertrude, welcome. Hello.
Hi,
Hi,
Hi.
welcome.
how are you?
Doing good. How are you? Happy Friday. Welcome to the call.
Thank you. I just wanted to like ask, not more on rematch, but on the matching on my profile. I just wanted to like get clarity about something that I supposed to email you about, but I just didn't get a chance to. So there was a family that spoke to. They interviewed me, and then they also provide me with their current OPE contact details, so I just have to follow up on them. And they informed me no, they were interested. So just I think day before yesterday, they texted me that their profile was removed by the agency, so they can't view my profile. So I didn't know what was that all about. If they were in the program, why were they kicked or something? I really do not know.
Oh,
They probably timed out, maybe, Val.
yeah, it could have been timed out for sure. If you don't mind, can you send me the email and name of the host family so I can take a look, and then I can send you an email after this call as well, my friend.
I will do that.
Alrighty. Thank
And
you,
all
Gertrude.
and also I are they also kind of family that they just reach out to you and then you like them on your profile but they never reach out, like even no text, no email, no nothing, they're just sitting on your profile. Like, is that normal?
That one's a tough one, but what I always recommend on my Matching Madness with Miss Rika, we always say if the host family has expressed interest, they're on your profile, they haven't answered to your email yet, please send us the information as well because we can have the placement coordinator follow up. Sometimes it could be work or they're on vacation or they haven't logged on. It could be multiple reasons, my friend. So we can take a look on that as well. If you could send that in that email too.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for those questions. Those are great. And because of the time, this is our last question. Miss Leanda, how's it going? Hello?
Leonda, you're muted. There you go.
There we go.
Oh,
Hi,
Hi, how's it going? Happy Friday.
thank you. I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Doing great. Happy because you guys are on. And it's Friday.
Yeah.
did we mention that?
So
Multiple times. How can we help you, my friend? What is your question?
for me, it would be a suggestion from I think it's Gertrude. What she said about the ghosting. Can you please encourage the families to like give a reason why they do not want you, or rather, they do not want to match with you?
Okay.
Because it's really not nice being ghosted. We don't know what we did wrong or what they didn't like about us.
Got it. There's no specific, sometimes they just like balance on what they're looking for. But if it's a specific family you want feedback from, I can have the placement coordinator reach out. But don't think something is wrong with you because they didn't choose you. That is not the answer. Sometimes they just like like I mean like your choice. For example, like shoes, right? There's two awesome shoes and you love both of them, but doesn't mean you didn't choose one because it's not bad. It's just you had a specific preference. So don't think anything's bad with you, my friend. I don't want you to think just because one family didn't. I think about it as a blessing in disguise. There's a reason why it didn't happen because the best one is yet to come to you. So that I would suggest. But if you do want feedback, I can definitely try to make research and see what the family says, um, anything back.
Okay, okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And I do have your email, so I will reach out as well just to make sure that you send me the ID. But yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Head high and optimism, friend. Nothing is wrong with your profiles. So make sure you guys keep head high and that smile always and keep going.
Positive attitude.
Mm-hmm. Always. And Miss Jean is literally a walking holiday in the office. So she's always positive vibes, brings literally sunshine everywhere she goes. So
You
I
do.
really do want to say with the um, closing statement, but also please let's do the honors on finding our lovely raffle winner for today's call. It is going to be Nicole Wilkins. Congratulations. And I have my pom-pom today. Congratulations, friend.
What does she win?
She wins a $25 gift card sent virtually through her email. But we need to make sure that she's here with us. It's so
Yes,
funny because
yes,
sometimes
I am.
Nicole.
Yes, I am. I'm here. Thank you.
Hi, thank you so much for being here and welcome. You won a $25 gift card. You will be sent to your email 3 to 5 business days. If it does happen that you are unable to redeem, please let me know with an email because it does happen sometimes it's asking for an American number, but no worries, we can help you with that. I do want to say you'll receive that soon. Are you guys seeing my screen? It's so weird. It's like
Yes.
moving everywhere.
Yes.
Whoa. Okay. Like,
Yeah, it is weird. You like disappeared from the strip at the top, but I see you.
you can see me now?
Yeah, I see
Okay,
you.
perfect. So with that being said, thank you. Whoa. Can you still see me?
Yes.
Okay, that is so weird. Alrighty. Well, if
Something happening on your end.
yeah, I have no clue. That is so strange. But thank you, Miss Jane, for being here with us. You literally are the
My
star.
pleasure.
It
Good
was
luck,
amazing.
everybody.
Thank you, everyone, for being here too, taking your lovely Friday evening to be with us. Love you all and good luck on your matching journey. We love you guys. Take care. Happy Friday and have a great weekend.
Bye all.
Bye. Thank you, Miss
Bye,
Jean.
Val.
Bye. Have a great
Where's my-
weekend.
where is my